Alright guys, I'm going to try the prime factors kata. Please excuse the fact that I did this in Rails. I wanted to practice initializing Rails and working with it, so I got used to it. I put it in here instead of using Trihari or just regular. So that's what we're going with for now. So our first, wait a second, let me turn on.
Is it your mom?
It's over
Right
there.
side.
Tight. Okay. So, this is pretty straightforward. We're just going to go through from 1 to whatever numbers you guys want to throw in the end, and see what their prime factors are. So we ran the first test, which was to see what the prime factor of 1 was, and there are 1 is itself its own prime factor, so it's with an empty array. So there is no method definition. Let's flush it out. Def self dot and to satisfy this test, we're just going to return array.move. Tests are running, that passes. So, I like automating my workflow and the languages that I do work with, and I want to get used to doing that in Ruby. So, I'm going to make a hash like once, like sometimes we're done with the process, and so this will show us what the results of the test are, as well as the inputs that were used in each test. Can't type today. And that should give us. It's the same result. So test passes.
Your test isn't testing anything yet, though. It's just saying saying these two things equal. You have to do.
Yeah.
Should.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
that should.
you need to have a dot should at least, or yeah.
Thank you.
There you go.
Alright, so passes. Okay. So now let's just go down. So for 2, we expect 2. And that's going to fail because we just returned an empty array. So let's refactor this so that we can return something other than an empty array.
One thing, can I suggest that you don't bother typing return there, because in Ruby method you don't need return. It will return the value of the expression on the last line.
It's something that I figured it was more readable. It's something I like in other languages. So now we're going to push a 2 to satisfy that test. But once we go to 3, that will not be sufficient. So in order to satisfy these cases, since we're passing at 1, 2, and 3, we just go push num for every 1. Just passes. And this is going to fail because we haven't defined what you do when you have prime numbers other than when you have more than one number in the array return. So we're going to go so since 2 is the first prime number we came across, we're going to divide by that and keep going until we have nothing left. If it's divisible, if the number is divisible by 2, then we can just push 2 to result and divide by 2. So we don't know what the same values are. Fails because we don't make the assumption that we're dealing with numbers greater than 1. So alright, so we can go down the line in 5 and 7, the same result as 1. We get a 6. We're going to divide by 2 once, so 3 should be that. But now that we're passing 2 results, we're starting getting by that. Yields 3, and the function only deals with 2 digits. So what we're going to do is divide by 2 as many times as what goes to in the value we pass this method. So we get 3 2's here. However, when we divide by a value to bring the prime numbers into view, we don't, or bring the values down, we don't account for anything greater than 2. So what we need to do now is account for something greater than 2 by putting this in loop. Here is where so similar logic, except we're going to just cut down the value that we bring in using the same determinations that we made for much smaller numbers from prime values.
should tests ran? I'm not so sure. Maybe you should. Do you save the file?
Yes, hold on.
I see a
that
circle
looks
there,
right.
so the file isn't saved.
Oh. So pass. Let's try some different numbers. And that's basically it. My knowledge of Ruby is limited right now, so that's the best way I found to do this. It seemed pretty simple to begin with, but if you guys think that there's anything better that can be done to optimize this, let me know if you guys have questions. Yes? Yeah?
Well, the first thing is every time you increment the divisor by 1, you would only need to test it if the divisor is a new prime number. Because if you make it a composite number, you don't need to test that case.
So it's redundant.
Yeah, so that would do a lot of excessive computation. So the sieve of Eratosthenes is where you divide a number by all the numbers up to the square root of the number, but only by the ones that are actually prime numbers.
Okay. Sure.
Are you done with your Kata and asking for feedback now? Or
Yes.
okay. Well, this very last if statement on line 20 is never going to be true because num.
No.
Yeah, so that you could just remove that whole thing. That's all dead, unreachable. And the other thing is this: you made an instance variable called test cases, but it really doesn't need to be an instance variable. And in general, it's best to have your variables have the smallest scope as possible. So I would just make it be a local variable. Just take off the @ sign, and everything will still work fine.
All right, well, that's all I got, guys.